joint or something that was wrong with it. But fortunately, I had some good friends that knew a whole lot more than I did, and so they fixed the thing up for me, and I've been very pleased with the Heath kit here, SB1000. I'm just curious, since you're on the SB104, how does that compare to the SB102? And is that one got some more solid state, I would think, to it? I don't know what year that came out. I know the SB102, gosh, that goes way back to the maybe late 60s, early 70s. I don't know. I don't remember. Enlighten me a little bit on the SB104, over.
Okay, yeah. It does not, this SB104 does not have a single tube in it. It's all solid state. It was one of the first solid state rigs ever, so it doesn't have a single tube in it. The SB102 though has got a few more features that I like. You know, you can do so much more really with the SB102. It's more stable. This one's not quite as stable as the SB102, but this one will probably go for several more years, and you know, you don't have to replace everything. But I like the SB104 because it is all solid state. Of course, I also have a Drake TR7, and it beats about everything I've got in the house here. I really like the Drake TR7, but the 102 is really nice. I really like the 102. I like the way it's built. It matches pretty much my other Heath kit stuff, which is an SB401 transmitter and an SB303. So I've got several pieces that all match each other. This 104 sticks out like a sore thumb and is a completely different design of it.
I'm thinking the SB104 was tubeless, and I think the Collins had one, and occasionally you see the Collins come out. I'm thinking they came out at about the same time. And I had a friend, or have a friend that's got the Collins, and I think he likes it pretty well. But the way they call it, or what I've heard is, you know, the Heath kit's the poor man's Collins, and they resemble each other except for the color. But I mentioned I had the SB102, and I like the way that radio was put together, and I enjoyed it. I didn't have it, but maybe maybe 5 years, but I've gone pretty exclusively with Kenwood. I have the Kenwood 870 here, and also have the Kenwood 950 SDX and the Kenwood TS 850. Yes, I guess. And I've had the 520 and the 830. Well, that was a good rig. The 830 was probably one of the better rigs that's built. And I had a 930 briefly a few years ago. So I've run through the Kenwoods pretty good. I like the vintage Kenwoods. I think the 890 would be a great rig to have, but I've got 3 of these. If one goes down, I go to number 2, and if 2 goes down, I've got rig number 3. That's about the story. Back to you, Jim. K4LJE from WB4MWT.
Yeah, WB4MWT. K4LJE. I had something I was going to say, but I forgot what it was. But I know what it was. The Collins. You said Collins came out with one right about that time. Are you talking about the KWM 380?
Yeah, I think that's it. I think it is. It looks similar in a lot of ways to the 104, and they usually run about the Collins about seems like about 2,500, something like that, maybe 2,000, 2,500. And I guess that was the end of Collins when they got into the solid state. And of course, if I could just have a rig just to have to play with a little bit. I just love those KWM2As. I mean, I like to lift the lid on that radio, and it's just, you know, made tough, military, and everything restored. But, you know, once you get up to 3 rigs, and I've got 3 rigs, and I have to rotate them every once in a while, that's more than I need. I had a Kenwood 520S for a number of years, and in that one rig, and then I got the 830, so that was, I traded the 520 for the 830. But now, most people have more than one rig. I don't know what's wrong with us, because the Kenwoods are very reliable. I will say that I've had virtually few problems with the Kenwoods, but you've kind of run the same gamut. I think you mentioned you're running the Drake L75, and also you have the TR4 Drake, and you said that was a great rig. I'm not that familiar with the Drakes, but I've heard good things about them. And they, I think, don't they make the amplifier the L4 or something like that? The Drake L4, I'm not sure. So we'll hold it short here. I'm surprised that we're keeping going here, and it's approaching 11:30, and it's been consistent. You're 5 over S9, and really doing great here. So back to you, Jim. K4LJE, WB4MWT.
Yeah, WB4MWT, K4LJE. Yeah, very good. Still copying real good here as well. Sounding good consistently here, John. The Drake that I have is the TR7. The TR7. The main Drake stuff that I have the TR7 rig, and I have the L7 amplifier, and then I also have the baby brother, which is the L75. The L75 having only one 3-500 tube, and the L7 having 2. And the L7 is not in here right now. It is in need of a little TLC. It's not going to take much to get it back working. I think I have lost the tube. I've got to verify that. I've got a spare tube. I can do the substitution method. But yeah. The TR7 and the L series of amplifiers, the L7 and the L75, they all match. Now the L4B, the L4 and the L4B, they match up on the TR3 and the TR4, TR4CW. The TR4 series matches the L4 amplifier, Roger.
Okay, well, I made a jab at the numbers. I got half of them right, maybe. I think you said you're running the Drake L75. I don't know how much power that runs, but everything sounds really good on your end. And I know you're running the SB104. So you took you've had a lot of Drake equipment. I've had just Heathkit and Kenwood. I think that's the only thing I've had. I'm trying to think back. Except for novice equipment, I think I had a Globe Chief transmitter for the novice and a Knight R100 for a receiver. And that's the days that I got my novice back in the 60s, but it was 10 years later until I got my general back in 76. But anyway, Nobody told me about coax cable back when I had that Globe Chief. I think it had an 807 final. I think that's what it was called. In that, I guess it's the Globe Chief. I remember. Did Johnson make that? Not sure. But anyway, I threw out a long wire antenna to the apple tree out my window, and I remember that. I think it was 807 final tube, and that thing would get red hot. You put your hand on the top of the cover, about burn you. So there was a lot of SWR on that thing, but that thing held out for me to make a few contacts, and I was thrilled to have it. So back to you. K4LJEWB 4MWT.
Yeah, K4LJE returning. Hey man, you jumped up from about an S6 to about a 15 to 20 over 9. It's like the band just jumped up all of a sudden, man. I couldn't believe it. You about blew my ears out.
Y'all was pretty loud on me.
Speaking of loud, here comes one. Hello, Ken. NQ3 Fox, how you doing?
This is not Ken. This is KM4 ZQJ. And I heard y'all mentioning them old drinks. I'm talking on a TR-4 feed. This is Plain Radio.
I'm sorry, the little short burst of a conversation, I missed you. I missed the name. I apologize to both of you guys. Give me your call again.
KM4 ZQJ. Glenn on this end.
Well, I've got you about a 5 and 8 here into North Carolina. This is Jim. K4LJE is the call. Nice to meet you, Glenn. And John, are you copying Glenn, KM4 ZQJ? Over.
I'm having some problem with my foot switch, and it's cutting off and on me. I might have to get out of here because I'm trying to control this thing. Yeah, I can copy them, but not very good. I think I'm going to have to look at my foot switch and see what's going on because I just barely can hold it. So maybe I just wore it out tonight because I have such a good QSO with you, Jim. So sorry to drop out so soon. I guess we've been here for a while, but I need to take a look at this and see what's going on. So with that, I'll turn it back over to you, and I'll see if I can't transmit one more time before I have to look at my foot switch.
Yeah, okay. Well, John, you just got too big a foot. You got too heavy a foot. I hope you don't do that in your car or your truck. Don't break your accelerator. You may not be able to stop. But it's been a good QSO, John, sure enough. And yeah, we got Glenn, and I forget what his QTH was. I didn't get that wrote down. But Glenn, are you copying John? K4LJE.
Have him in there. Don't have him quite as loud as you, but we are hearing him. And I don't have an amp or nothing yet to plug in. I'm running old equipment, as you can see. And it's an OTR-4C. Tubes are probably a little weak, and it's only getting up about 100 watts there. That's all I got. I'm not trying to push it very hard. It's actually about 8.
Well, it's a good sounding TR4C. What kind of microphones on it?
Shure hand mic, 404.
Shure hand mic. You got a good mic on that bad boy. Sure enough. Yeah, we're in Eaton, North Carolina. Once again, the call is K4LJE. Name is Jim. And we're running a Heathkit SB104A. We're driving a Drake L75, which matches the TR7. We're driving the L75 to about 800 watts here. And the antenna's an in-fed wire up about 30 feet and about 117 foot long.
Well, this still sounds really good on this, and I've got a Drake 7 also there. I found a local operator out down here. It's a family services. They still in they got some issue maybe or something. The guy bought the house and the equipment was in it, and he called me up and got in touch with me. Bought the whole outfit and the tower and everything else, and another guy got all that. Got 3 of these TR-4Cs. I've got 2 of them working so far. The other one needs a little bit more work on it, and I've got the Drake 7, and it's not working. I've got it so off in pieces. Might not ever get it back together there. Go ahead.
Don't do that. Get it back together. Don't leave it in a worse for wear state there. I've got a TR7. I love my TR7. You know, it matches the L7 I also have the L7 amp, which is a 3-500s. And the L75 is like the baby brother. Let's see if John has faded away yet. WB4NWT, you got your switch fixed?
Maybe. I'm barefoot, and that doesn't help. And this foot switch is kind of sensitive to where your foot is and how much pressure you're doing. But right now I've got it working, but I'm not going to depend on it because it's not helping my relays popping in and off real quick. So I think I'm going to just go ahead and say 73s. Jim, if you hear me on, please give me a call. I enjoyed the QSO immensely because it's been a while since I've gotten on the air with all the things that were going on. So you're my first contact, and it was a worthwhile one. So I appreciate the long QSO, and please give me a call, and I'll get you in the logbook. So take care, and I'm sorry I just didn't get to, I don't know the other call. I think it was KN4ZQJ, and we'll say 73s to him. So take care, Jim, and I usually get on late at night, and not during the day too much, except on 17 meters. So all the best from Ashboro to up there in Eaton. Whiskey Bravo 4, Mike Whiskey Tango is clear with K4LJE. 73s.
Yeah. WB4, Mike Whiskey Tango, Real DX, about 60 miles maybe from me. I can't believe we're this close and worked it. But 73, John, get that thing fixed or get you another one or something. You don't want to mess your relays up there. 73s, I really enjoyed it. Thank you for staying in here with us. And I'm not too far from getting a little something else to drink and calling it a night. Maybe check out a couple things on the computer and seeing what that kind of deal is with the news and everything. But anyway, John, 73s, God bless and have a good one. K4LJE, clear with you. Go ahead, Glenn. KM4ZQJ, K4LJE.
Yes, sir, that's a tongue twister there. I get confused with these numbers all the time there. I'm not real good with the numbers. I've had my license for quite a while, 7 or 8 years, but I just haven't been in here a whole lot. I get in here and listen more than I do anything else. I don't want to get in there and get all crossed up. There, go ahead.
Yeah, it's not good to get crossed up because if I get crossed up enough, it takes a while to get uncrossed. Yeah, we're running about 800 watts here with the L75, and we're running a SP104A heat kit transceiver, and we recently put this thing in here, and I've been doing some work. I wired in my outboard compression unit and my outboard equalization EQ unit, so I've been fooling with my audio on this thing today, and I just was listening to myself, and when you listen to yourself, you never think it sounds like yourself, but I hope we're coming through okay and not overdriving anything, over.
You're 9 to 20 over here on me there. I'm not sure how accurate all these meters are and stuff there. And like I say, I don't really have this thing exactly neutralized like it's supposed to and all. I tried to do it like it said and all this kind of good stuff. And anyway, I don't think I've got them just right, but everybody said it sounded okay, so I hadn't touched anything. And I think I'm going to leave this one tuned up for 40 and do the other one for maybe 20. And keep 2 separate units here. That way I ain't got to sit in them bad boys on. I think it's a little aggravating.
Yeah, it's got those 6MJ6s in it.
That's right. It's got 3 up in it.
Yeah, you don't want to leave the key down too long and tuning them things. If you're going to tune it, make sure you get it right. And I tell you, I had the guys in here one time. I put some tubes in that thing. The guy had a TR4, preacher guy up the road a ways, and he said, "Could you put the finals in my Drake?" And man, I had that TR4 in here, and I put them finals in there, and I loaded that thing up. I wanted that thing so bad, I was almost foaming at the mouth.
That was the TR-4C?
I think it was a C, yeah.
I got 3 of those, and I can say 2 of them's working. I got 2 of them to working.